Is failure horrible? Is it bad to fail? My father told me a story, and he said that it was a completely true story, but I'm afraid that I don't know the exact names involved, but it should be fairly easy to figure out. There was a news reporter who was asked to do a article on South America. And that would have been great if he had been living in New York at the time. He knew nothing about South America. But he was asked to do this, and so he asked around, and after connecting with a lot of people that he knew, he found out that there was someone who had recently moved from South America. And he got their name, and he figured out how to contact them, and he called the number that he had and was told, well, he would be happy to meet with you, but it's going to be a few days from now. And he just said, well, okay, that's just what it is. So in a few days, he went to the building, the address that he was provided, went in the building, asked the person at the front, I'm here to meet this person. And they said, oh yes, he is expecting you. Please go to the 23rd floor. This was his second hint that there was something more to this, because there was no office number mentioned. So he goes to the elevator and sees that it is a 23-story building. So he's going to the top. He hits the top button, gets up there, it opens, and there is just an opulent penthouse suite of an office at the top floor. He walks in and says, I'm here to meet this person, and the receptionist at the desk says, oh yes, just wait for a moment and he'll be with you. And he sits down, gets called in a couple of minutes, and it's a great big office, plush carpets, lots of beautiful art and all kinds of things all over. And then he finds out that this is the president of IBM. He was the son of one of the founders, from what I remember, and he had been living in South America as a junior executive running the South American branch, and he had just returned to become the CEO and president and to run the entire organization. And so this reporter was just, okay, is this going to be an okay thing to do? And the man was more than kind, and they had a wonderful conversation. The reporter got all the information that he needed from the one perspective that he had, so who knows how perfectly accurate it was. But then they were wrapping up, and this reporter had an interesting question to ask. And when the gentleman said, do you have any other questions? He said, just one last little question. What is the most important piece of information and advice you have ever learned? And the man maybe didn't pause, maybe did, but he said, the most important thing I have learned in my life is to double your failure rate. Not meaning fail and do horribly and never recover, but to do something every day that you might fail at, that you might not have all of the tools and information and ability to do. But to do it anyhow. Because if you fail at something, then you know what doesn't work. And now that you know what doesn't work, you know better what to try next so that you can succeed the next time you try it. And if you don't do something every day that you can fail at, then you are missing the chance to learn, to grow, and to fully succeed as you move forward. I have taken that advice in my own life and found it to be very true. And we all need to do it more. Thank you for your time.